What's going on, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back into Hit Sticks. It's playoff time in Dallas. Barry Church for the second straight week. Jesse Holley joining us on Hit Sticks. I'm Kyle Youmans. Time to take a look at how the Cowboys set up for the 2023 playoff push. So this week on Hit Sticks, we get things started with a familiar play for Cowboys fans. Brandon Cooks has been a red zone weapon for Brian Schottenheimer, Mike McCarthy, and this Cowboys offense. And this is a play that he scored on not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row. And they set it up pretty much the same way every single time. So there's Brandon Cooks inside in the slot. He's accompanied on this right side by Jake Ferguson, and then Jalen Tolbert is out on the boundary here. And as we go ahead and press play, Jake Ferguson's going to clear out the middle. He goes to the inside. Jalen Tolbert will want to run a quick curl route, and then you've got the flag route back of the end zone. This corner from Brandon Cooks allows for separation. It allows for room to work, and Dak Prescott puts it on the money back of the end zone, and it turns into 6. So Jesse Holley, I want you to take this same play, similar setup, and I want you to have some success in Madden NFL 24.
Absolutely, Kyle. All right, when you look at this thing and how they want to do this, the Cowboys have found success in this route with Brandon Cooks. They run it 3 weeks in a row and scored a touchdown on it. The most important thing, there's 2 things I want to look at from Dak Prescott perspective. Where is the leverage on Brandon Cooks? And for Tolbert, this is so vital and so important. He has to make sure that his route holds that cornerback, because if he sails back, he's going to fall right back into that corner route. So you want to make sure for Tolbert that his route is run. And even if I'm not trying to get it to you, I'm trying to occupy you just for a moment in time. And from this coverage right here, you already see that Brandon Cooks has the leverage. And now that's why this route is going to be successful.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, here we go.
Perfection.
Touchdown.
Let's go ahead and take a look at this, because once again, for the 4th straight time, Brandon Cooks is able to get a corner route on the defense. So let everybody out there know, what did Dak Prescott see and what did you see from Brandon Cooks on this route?
All right, right here for Dak Prescott, I'm looking at him saying, okay, outside first. Brandon, I'm looking at Jalen Tolbert, and Jalen Tolbert's man is pressed up on him. That's going to let me know right now that he has to take that route and come inside, hold him, occupy him for a second. But I'm also looking at the leverage right here. They're going to try to have these 3 guys over 2. But when you begin to see the route developing, Brandon Cooks now, I've already won because I have the outside leverage on this DB with all of this room to the backside. And this throw is really pitch and catch. Dak Prescott, I'm throwing it to the back pylon, letting Brandon Cooks run underneath it for a touchdown, run away from the defender for an easy score for the 3rd, 4th week in a row for the Cowboys to run this kind of corner smash combination.
And from a defensive standpoint out here, I just don't understand what defenses are looking at here. Once again, Cooks, 3 straight weeks, he's hitting you with the 7 route. If I'm a defender out here, I'm saying, look, I'm playing heavy outside leverage, knowing I got guys on the inside to help me out. And I'm saying if he breaks inside on a route, Coach, he got me. That, you know, it comes down to that. But film study shows when they get into the red zone, this is Brandon Cooks' favorite route out there. So you see these defenders right here over top of Brandon Cooks and Ferguson. One, they're too close together right there. If you're going to be that close, you got to in and out it. You got to play some type of combo coverage to let the guy know whoever's going inside, you got him. And if he comes outside, I got him. That'll give you that outside leverage that you need. But once again, we see here the defender looking at Dak Prescott while being in man. That's not a good thing right there. Also, he's inside leverage, like you said, giving all that room to Brandon Cooks on the outside to run right underneath it. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. Jesse, they might get away with it again for a 4th straight time when the playoffs come.
I hope so.
So multiple of Dak Prescott's league-leading 36 touchdown passes went to Brandon Cooks throughout the year, mostly because of the scheme putting him in the right position to receive those touchdown passes. You know who was second to Dak Prescott on the passing touchdown list this year? None other than Jordan Love. And the Dallas defense has a matchup with Jordan Love this week as the Green Bay Packers come to town. How can Dan Quinn and company slow him down when we come back?
Cowboys Hit Sticks, presented by Madden NFL 24, is also brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys. And by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back into a wild card round edition of Hit Sticks. And of course, if you're attending AT&T Stadium on Sunday afternoon for Cowboys and Packers, wear white. It is a whiteout for Cowboys Nation. They're welcoming in one of the more historic brands in all of football. The green and the gold will be out and proud. However, Cowboys Nation needs to dominate in Arlington. The Cowboys 8-0 at home this season, looking to continue that momentum into the playoffs. And if you look at this matchup on paper, it's the 2 seed and the 7 seed. It looks like it should be an easy win at home for the Cowboys, but don't overlook Jordan Love and the Packers. This is an offense that early in the season did not look like it was going in the right direction. However, Jordan Love, in his first year as the full-time starter for the Green Bay Packers, has found a rhythm. He ended up with 32 passing touchdowns. Barry Church, as a Cowboys defense, what's the biggest thing that this Packers offense is going to bring to the table?
Well, you just highlighted him, man. It's Jordan Love right there. And what has given this defense trouble in the past has been big athletic quarterbacks with strong arms that can extend the play for the receivers back there to get open, all right? And to me, if we don't get pressure on this guy, it could be a long afternoon because they have the weapons on the outside. We're talking Reed, we're talking Watson, we're talking Dobbs as well, Wicks in the slot as well. These guys can present a huge problem for the secondary out there because they all can run. So that, to me, we have to defensively get pressure. And the way that Green Bay likes to spread you out, as we see here, an empty package, that means that front four for the Dallas Cowboys, Parsons and the crew, they're going to have to generate pressure with just 4 guys getting back there. So to me, this offense definitely presents a problem, but you know what I love to do? I love to go out there and I love to press my guys on the outside because I believe in Gilmore. I believe in Bland out there to get hands on these guys and slow these receivers down. Jesse, how do you feel like this Green Bay team is going to attack Dallas's defense?
Well, you know that this Green Bay team is going to understand that, the boogeyman Aaron Rodgers may not be there anymore, but I like to call Jordan Love the gremlin. He's still a monster and he's growing. The more time that you give him, the more that he's grown. Over the last 9 games, he's had 8 touchdowns to 1 interception. But what gives the Cowboys defense trouble? A quarterback who's mobile, a quarterback who can throw from all arm angles, and that is Jordan Love. And these receivers, while they're not household names, they're still good enough to get the job done. And they're going to challenge Dan Quinn's defense, that single high man-to-man defense. This team likes to get vertical, and they like to get a lot of guys vertical. So when you see this happening right here for Jordan Love, as we get into this play, Jordan Love, empty set. Looking at this right now, you're going to see this offense push the ball up the field and now get ready to see things like this.
Oh, man, he dropped a dime in there on that one. I ain't even going to lie on you on that one. Let's go ahead and check out and see what happened defensively and how this offense was able to get the ground rolling here. So I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all defensively, as we look at my defense, I'm press man coverage. Everybody's outside leverage because like Dan Quinn's system and like his defense, he loves to have that low rat player. And my low rat player or my guy that's lurking and looking at Jordan Love to see where he is Marquise Bell right here in the middle. That's where the help is for all the defensive guys. He's going to patrol between the numbers and make sure nothing goes in there. And if it does go in there, he's going to knock their head off. But as we see, if we let this play ride a little bit, Jordan Love does a great job of buying time in the pocket. We did not get pressure with those 4 guys. And even though these guys are in outside leverage, I'm talking about the slot right here with Dobbs. Even though he's in outside leverage, there is a mismatch with Clark, the linebacker, being on him. But what I love to see is they stayed on their outside leverage right here, but Jordan Love drops an amazing dime right over top of Bell, where that help is supposed to be. That's what you got to worry about when you're going against a guy like Love, a guy who's big, athletic, can buy time, and can throw the ball through all different angles, and he's accurate as well. As we see here, the over route, he had enough time to go ahead and go through his progressions, and he gets the ball right over top of Bell. To me, that's the throw that the Cowboys have got to be aware of because this guy has all type of arm angles.
And Barry, it's not just the passing attack that can get after this Dallas defense. They can run the ball as well. Aaron Jones, he's had some success against the Cowboys in years past. We talk about the ground game and how the Cowboys defense can combat that when we return with more Hit Sticks right after this.
This segment was brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back into Hit Sticks at the Star in Frisco with Jesse Holley and Barry Church. I'm Kyle Youmans taking you up to the Cowboys and the Packers, previewing this wild card weekend matchup at AT&T Stadium. We just went through how the Packers can hurt Dan Quinn's defense in the passing game. However, that's not it. Their element of the run game can certainly present some problems as well. They've got a two-headed monster in the backfield like some of the other opponents the Cowboys have seen this year. Aaron Jones, of course, he's been phenomenal against the Cowboys. He's been phenomenal these last couple weeks. And then they have A.J. Dillon as a change of pace back as well. So, Jesse Holley, based off of what you've seen, how can the Packers get after the Dallas defense on the ground?
Absolutely, Kyle. And BC, you already know, Aaron Jones, he loves playing the Cowboys. He loves playing at AT&T Stadium. His family, huge Cowboy fans.
Yes.
So when he comes to Cowboy Stadium, he is looking to get off. And the Packers know that if they're going to have success at AT&T Stadium against this Cowboys defense, they're going to have to run the football. And they know if they're going to run the football, especially towards Tank Lawrence, they're going to have to solidly block that thing up. That's why we're going to run this thing to the right side. We're going to have two tight ends over there to be able to really secure those edge blocks so that Aaron Jones can get out there in that edge, use his physicality, his speed, his vision to go out there and make big-time run plays.
And defensively, what I need to see from this Dallas Cowboys unit is on the second level, I need to see these linebackers coming downhill. They did a great job of it last week, or at least a better job of it last week, coming downhill against Washington. They held them to 50 yards out there, maybe 53 yards, but that's a great improvement from what we've seen earlier in the season. So when I look at this formation, you're heavy on the right side. Like you said, those two tight ends out there, I do not like the matchup because if you cut the formation right down in the middle from where the center is, I got 4 guys on my left side, and I'm light over there. I got 3 guys on the right side, so I'm light over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this right bumper back here, and I'm going to slide this defensive line over a little bit just to give me a little bit more contain on that outside to not let Aaron Jones go ahead and just turn the corner and get upfield. So I moved my defensive line over a little bit. I got Damone Clark head up on the center right now, so he can go either way with it if you decide to go ahead and go to the left side on that running attack. But let's go ahead and get into this play. Hopefully these linebackers are downhill.
All right, here we go.
Uh-oh. See, that's a little bit too much for me. That's a little bit too much for me. 5 yards a pop at the run game. You don't want that defensively. So let's go ahead and look at this from a defensive standpoint right here. Let me swivel it around with Damone Clark in the middle. And right here we see it. Like I said, they got an overload on the defensive left side with those 2 tight ends over there. I had to boss my guys over or move them over to the left side. Let's get into this play right here. At the snap, I see this guard already, the left guard coming up to the second level. That's what we've had a problem with defensively is offensive linemen getting to the second level, getting their hands on our linebackers way too early and not allowing them to go sideline to sideline. And as we see right here, Damone Clark, he did go ahead and get downhill, but it was a little bit too late. As we see the guard go up there, get hands on him and kind of wash him down. What I do not like about this, not only with Damone Clark, is look at Bell right here as well. The hole is there. The hole is right there. You see the running back coming downhill. You see the wide receiver on the left-hand side looking to crack you. You've got to pull the trigger. You've got to go. There's no hesitation in here when you're in that second level and the running game is coming straight downhill at you. So I don't like what I see right there. Too much hesitation. And from Damone Clark, you got to get this lineman off you. I know 300 pounds versus 230. Physics is not on your side. But you got to be able to use your hands right here and not get washed down because that creates too much of a cutback lane as we see right here from Aaron Jones. It leaves the one-on-one tackle for Hooker, who does an amazing job right here of shuffling side to side, fitting in the hole because the linebackers got washed down. So he did an excellent job right there. Wasn't able to get the tackle, but that's what you do not want to see from your defense. You do not want to see your safeties having to make all these second-level tackles. That's what the linebacker core is for. As you see right there, Damone Clark still trying to fight off of that block from that offensive guard. You've got to be able to do better right there. You got to get downhill as a linebacker unit, as that second-level unit, or it's going to be a long afternoon for the Dallas Cowboys.
So there you have it. The run game can possibly present some problems for Dan Quinn and this Cowboys defense. But when we come back on Hit Sticks, it's time to take a look at one of the best versus one of the best. CeeDee Lamb going up against Jair Alexander. He's been phenomenal this season. How can he disrupt the Cowboys' rhythm on offense? Of course, when Wild Card Weekend comes around, it's all about matchups. We've already hit the Cowboys offense versus the Packers defense and the Packers offense versus the Cowboys defense, but there are individuals that need to be highlighted, and there's a big-time battle on the boundary in this one. Of course, you've got CeeDee Lamb for the Cowboys, league leader in receptions, 135 catches this year, going up against one of the top corners in the NFL in Jaire Alexander. So, Jesse Holley, you get the pleasure of throwing the football to CeeDee Lamb, but the one thing is, you got to throw it in Alexander's direction as well.
You know, right now, the way that CeeDee Lamb is playing football, it doesn't matter who was guarding him out there.
That's true.
CeeDee Lamb's on an absolute tear. And the one thing I know about receivers are we always remember who we've cooked before in the past. And CeeDee went off against Alexander a year ago for over about 150 yards. So he's looking forward to this matchup, good on good, at home. Your mama's watching in front of everybody for the playoffs. I think CeeDee Lamb is ready for this assignment. But to start this play, what I want to do right now is I want to take Brandon Cook, who's lined up in the left slot, and I just want to motion him away from the formation. I want him to go across. Now what do I see? That's man-to-man, Barry Church.
Oh, yeah, you know what it is.
That is the indication right now when that man goes across with Brandon Cooks. I know that I have man-to-man coverage on the backside. Bells and whistles are going off between Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, and they're saying, ding, 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 ding. We're going here right now, right away for the win.
And you know what? Jaire Alexander, he understands that as well. He said, you know what? They just motioned Cooks away from me so they can highlight me. I got an X under my player right there. That means I'm an impact player. I accept this challenge. And you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to go ahead and press him up too. I'm going to go ahead and give him a chance because we all understand routes on the air, that is a lot different than a guy pressing you at the line of scrimmage. So I press him up on CeeDee Lamb. I'm going to make sure that I align him on the inside because there's no help. This is one-on-one. This is mano-a-mano competition at its finest. Two of the best in the National Football League going at it. Let's see what the result's going to be.
There we go.
Oh, man. Oh, man. You talk about clinic tape. You want to talk about clinic tape. You know what? Let's go to the replay and show what we got going. I'm going to start on the defensive side of the football because Jaire Alexander did a heck of a job at the line of scrimmage against CeeDee Lamb. As we see right here, he's on that inside shade because I told you guys he has no help in there. There's no linebackers, there's no safeties coming downhill to help him in between the numbers. So I got him shaded on the inside leverage to make sure CeeDee Lamb does not cross his face. If he wants to go outside, great. Jaire Alexander got a friend out there called the sidelines, and you're going to force him to the sidelines. So as we run this play, you see it from the beginning. CeeDee Lamb does a great job trying to shake him and get on that inside leverage, but let's just run that back and see what happens here. Jaire Alexander putting that hand right on the chest plate, and look at the hips. I just want to show y'all the hips right here from Jaire Alexander. Step, replace. Step, replace. Unbelievable technique there from Jaire Alexander. Gets the hands on top of CeeDee Lamb's shoulder pad to guide the route. He's running a slant. Good ball placement from Dak Prescott. As you see, it's going to fall right into that breadbasket. But once again, this guy, Jaire Alexander, he's a vet. He's a vet. He understands what's going on right there. He sees the pocket that CeeDee Lamb's making right there, shoots that right hand right between the pocket, and does an amazing job of breaking up the play. Is there anything further you would like to add, Jesse Holley? Because this was clinic tape in my opinion.
No, that was really good right there. From CeeDee Lamb, I would love for him to kind of give him a little bit more to the outside to sell that go route because he knows and you know that I got no help out there.
No help.
So to get him to open up those hips so that I can come back underneath. But a great job by CeeDee Lamb getting back inside, crossing the DB's face. And the throw is great. I mean, that's one of those things. If you play this 10 times in a row, I like my chance with CeeDee Lamb winning on the inside on this particular route, but Jaire Alexander is a really good player, and that's going to be the matchup. You got good on good in the playoffs at home. You stop him right now, but I promise you CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott will come back to this route again, and I like my chance with CeeDee.
So that's just a taste of the battle that the Cowboys and Packers will have on Sunday afternoon. When we come back, though, how does Madden think this wild card matchup is going to go here in the playoffs of 2023? Welcome back into Hit Sticks with Jesse Holley and Barry Church. I'm Kyle Youmans. All right, let's take a look and see what Madden thinks. Guys versus the game. What's going to happen here in the wild card round? It was Green Bay off to a hot start early. Tucker Kraft, who was a 30 visit for the Cowboys, scores an 8-yard touchdown. They take a 7-0 lead. Then Dak finds the corner of the end zone. Touchdown Cowboys, 7-7. Jake Ferguson would score on an 11-yard touchdown as well, 14-10. Then the defense steps up. Golston forces a Love fumble. Parsons recovers on the Green Bay 10. in, and then allows Dak Prescott to find Michael Gallup on the next play wide open for the 10-yard touchdown. Jake Ferguson would add another one as he breaks some tackles to bring home a 30-yard touchdown. The Cowboys would go up 28-10. It'd look a little bit closer in the end, 31-24 the final score, but the Cowboys get it done at home in the wild card round. We'll start with you, Jesse. Do you think the Cowboys get it done this week?
I absolutely do. The Cowboys are destined for greatness, and this is just the first step that they have to take to get to where they need to get to.
It is step number one. I'm going to agree with Jesse.
The curse is broken.
Cowboys. All right,
I love it.
Cowboys, big time. I think this is a win for the team. I think you're playing at home. You're confident at home. This team's rolling in the right direction. Give me the Cowboys by at least 3 scores.
Whoa, a blowout?
Yeah,
I'm not going to go that far.
Not that far?
I think the Cowboys do win, but this is going to be a challenge. Jordan Love is playing excellent these past couple weeks. It will be a challenge. I'm going Cowboys 28, Green Bay 24.
I like it. It's going to be a fun one. 3:30 Central Time on Sunday. Wear your white, everybody. For Jesse Holley, for Barry Church, I'm Kyle Youmans. We'll see you next week with more Hit Sticks.
Cowboys Hit Sticks, presented by Madden NFL 24, was also brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys, and by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.